Good morning, everyone. It is so early. It's 5:30. I woke up early. I slept so well. I hope you guys slept well. Let's just continue with the topic of observing what people do. Like really look into what they do and not just, put your expectations on them and then turn out to be disappointed after. Or even if you've been in that position, how to, not let that happen again. So, observe without bias. I've talked about that it's very difficult. We all are biased to some degree, but try to be intentional. Pay attention to the actions that people do. What actions do they show you over and over and over again? Do not conflict that with the words they tell you, especially for us women. It is just how it is. We are going to fall for what we hear. And this can be in any kind of relationship. I'm not only talking love relationships, this can be in friendships, around new people that you meet, trying to get into a new circle of people. This could be at work, this could be within your family. So, being observant is not just set on one specific area in life, it actually goes a long way. So, one thing that is definitely important, it's difficult, is to avoid projecting your own emotions on other people, right? The way you are, the way you would like to be treated, the way you treat other people, the way you behave can be all good and well, but it is not fair for you to just project it on other people. And hear me out. Most likely, or mostly, what we do is we would project positive to other people, right? And that is it's a good thing. It's great. But sometimes if you choose to put your positive attributes on someone perhaps you're getting to know, you haven't really learned enough about them, you just blocked yourself from actually seeing who that person truly is, right? So take away the nice words, look into the actions, especially when they're repetitive. Okay, I'll give you an example just to make it more clear. Let's say you have a friend, and for whatever reason, when you guys make plans, it always turns out to be disappointing because the action of that person is to join, to say, yes, I'm going to join you, but maybe they don't show up. Maybe they never show up. So now, do this once or twice, three, four times. You might be fine with it. Do this over a longer period of time. You will be upset about it. What can happen within a relationship like that is one person might be telling you all the nice words you want to hear, or maybe come up with words that could be explaining, yet the action is wrong. So, two things can be right at the same time. That person really doesn't want to hurt you and things just went left, can be true. Or that person has become used to the fact that you are allowing this without setting boundaries, never approached this, and now they just go about life like, anywho, who cares? It's not that big of a deal, right? Um, so trying to learn patterns. I have my own bad habits and patterns that I'm trying to get rid of. But, sometimes people that we are surrounded by, we all have our habits, okay? And sometimes we want to look away because the more we look into those patterns, the more we might understand this relationship doesn't serve me. And for whatever reason, you've been so caught up into that relationship, Perhaps you've invested so much, perhaps you love so much, you care so much, that now it's become difficult for you to remove yourself. So, the easiest thing for us to do is to just ignore certain patterns, language that has been chosen, actions that have been chosen. All these things fall into a person's patterns, repetitive, showing you over and over and over again who they are, right? Let's say a different example. Someone comes to you for advice, a family member, a friend, your loved one, whoever, at work. Your coworker, you guys have a really good time together at work. That person keeps coming up to you for advice over and over and over again. And you care so much. You take your time. You are invested to help them to make the best to create the best answer for them to give them the best result. But what happens is you notice that person is never implementing your advice. They come to you, they steal your time, they steal your attention, they perhaps even distract you from what you have going on, but you care so much, right? Now you've opened up the box of experience, knowledge, give that out just to see that that person is still who they are. They don't even care to implement your advice. Now, do that once, twice, or a bit more. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to phase you, but do that a bit more than three, four times, and you're going to be upset. You're going to stand there thinking to yourself, am I a fool? Why am I even doing this? Why do I keep giving you valuable advice just for you to downplay it, not take it seriously? So if someone comes all the time, over and over again, to steal your attention and steal your time, don't you think that is a pattern worth looking into and perhaps creating boundaries around that? I think it is. So, paying attention to all these, very important. And I will tell you, if you start doing this, those actions, those words, those patterns are going to be so bold in front of you. They're literally screaming at you. The moment you choose to truly want to look into what people are doing is going to scream at you. And then there's another part, paying attention to small details. That is really difficult. That is one that we need to tell ourselves intentionally to pay attention to, because body language, right? When you feel comfortable with someone, when you're used to someone, you're not going to be starting to read their body language, right? No one really does that. But small details like the eyes, our eyes tell so much, right? I'm sure we've all heard, or you guys have heard, a fake smile is one that doesn't reach the eyes. If you can pay attention to things like that, it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of heartbreak and just, unnecessarily conflicts. So paying attention to body language, the tone of the voice. With the tone of the voice, that can be very tough because some people just have more of a harsh voice. So to navigate that one, I know it's not easy. And also pay attention to how they react when you share something positive about yourself, about your life with them. Let's go back to the eyes. If you share something that is important to you, that went well in your life, and you share that with someone you care for, you would expect them, right? I'm sorry, we do all have expectations. You would expect them to be joyful with you, right? Now, if you have someone in your life and you're sharing something meaningful to them and they approach it with sarcasm, they approach it with a fake smile that doesn't reach the eye, they approach it with a negative comment, their body language freezes instead of opening up and showing more interest, trying to come close, they are refusing and resisting almost. Pay attention to that, right? Not everyone that smiles with you is really happy for you. Does that make sense? I hope so.